Good morning, students. Today's class we will see about newborn reflexes and its clinical importance. Neonatal reflex or primitive reflexes are the inborn behavioral patterns that develop during uterine life. They should be fully present at birth and are gradually inhibited by higher centers in the brain during the first 3 to 12 months of postnatal life. These reflexes, which are essential for a newborn survival, immediately after birth, including sucking, swallowing, blinking, urinating, hiccuping, and defecating. These reflexes they are not learned, they are involuntary and necessary for the survival. Why neonatal reflexes are necessary to assess? The most primitive reflexes begin to occur in utero for the early months of child postnatal life. These reflexes are then replaced by voluntary motor skills. When these reflexes are not inhibited, there is usually neurological problem at hand. In those individuals with cerebral palsy or other neurogenic dysphagia, the presence of primitive reflexes is a characteristic. And a normal birth is considered full term if the delivery occurs during 37th to 40th week of after conception. Developmentally, the baby is considered to be a neonate for the first 28 days of life. At birth, the neonate must immediately make five major adjustments: transition from aquatic environment to world of air, eat and digest his or her own foods, excrete his or her own waste, maintain his or her own body temperature, adjust to intermittent feeding since the food is now only available at certain intervals. Under normal developmental conditions, these neonatal reflexes represent important reactions of nervous system and are only observable within a specific period of time over the first few months of life. The following reflexes are normally present from the birth are part of normal newborn evaluation. The first one is rooting reflex, stimulated by touching a finger to the infant's cheek or corner of the mouth. Neonates responds by turning the head towards the stimulus, opening the mouth, and searching for the stimulus. This is a necessary reflex triggered by mother's nipple during the breastfeeding. It is usually inhibited by third to fourth month. Second, blink reflex. It is stimulated by momentarily by shining a bright light directly into the neonate's eye, causing him or her to blink. This reflex should not be become inhibited. Third is pupillary reflex occur with darkening of the room and shining a pen light directly to the neonate's eye for several seconds. Pupils should both constrict equally. This reflex should not be disappear. Prawn crawl reflex can be stimulated by placing neonate on a prawn that is face down on a flat surface. Neonate will attempt to crawl forward using the arms and legs. This reflex will be inhibited by 3 to 4 months of age. Doll's eye reflex can be noticed when the infant supine lying on the back, slowly turning the head to either side. The infant's eye will remain stationary. This reflex should disappear between 3 to 4 months of age. The sixth one is sucking reflex. Touch the infant's lip, cheek, or the corner of the mouth with the nipple. Infant turns to the stimulus, open mouth, takes hold and suck. Response is difficult or not possible to elicit, consider the prematurity or neurological defect. Seventh one, swallowing. It is by feed the infant. Swallowing is usually coordinated with sucking and usually occurs without gagging, coughing, or vomiting. Sucking and swallowing are often uncoordinated in preterm infants. The eighth one is grasp palmar. Place the finger in the palm of the hand. Infant's finger curl around the examiner's hand. Palmar response lessens by 3 to 4 months. Plantar grasp. Place the finger at the base of the toe. Toe curls downward. Plantar response lessened by 8 months. Tongue reflex is extrusion. Touch the or depress the tip of the tongue. Newborn forces tongue outward. The response disappears about fourth month of life. Tonic neck or fencing reflex. The infant falling asleep or sleeping turn head quickly to the one side. With the infant facing left side, arm and leg on that side extend. Opposite arm and leg will flex. Response of the leg are more consistent. Complete response disappear by 3 to 4 months. Incomplete response may be seen until 3 or 4 years. After 6 weeks, persistent response is sign of cervical palsy. 12th one is symmetrical tonic neck reflex occurs when either the extension or flexion of the infant's head Extension of the head result in the extension of the arms and flexion of the legs, and flexion of the head causes flexion of arms and extension of the legs. This reflex inhibited by sixth month enabled crawling. 13th reflex is Moro or startled reflex. Hold the infant in a semi-sitting position. Allow head and trunk to fall backward to an angle of at least 30 degrees. Symmetric abduction and extension of the arms are seen. Fingers fan out and form a C with the thumb and forefinger. Slight tremor may be noted. Arms are abducted in embracing motion and return to relaxed flexion and movement. Response present at birth. Complete response seen till 8 weeks. Body jerk is seen only between 8 and 18 weeks. Response is absent by 6 months if neurological maturation is not delayed. The response may be incomplete if the infant is deeply asleep. Give parental guidance about normal response. Asymmetric response may cannot not injury to brachial plexus, clavicular humerus. Persistent response after 6 months indicate possible brain damage. Asymmetrical response with this reflex may be indicate fractured clavicle or birth injury to the nerves of the arm. Absence of this implicate it is an omnibus implication of underlying neurological damage. 14. Stepping or walking. Hold the infant vertically, allowing one foot to touch the table or surface. Infant will stimulate walking, alternating flexion and extension of the feet. Term infants walk on the soles of their feet and preterm infants walk on their toes. Response is normally present for 3 to 4 months. Crawling. Place the newborn on the abdomen. Newborn makes crawling movement with arms and legs. This reflex will be inhibited by 3 to 4 months of age. Dependent. Use finger as percussion hammer to elicit patellar or knee jerk. The knee jerk is present even when the newborn is relaxed. Cross extension. The infant should be supine. Extend one leg, press the knee downward, stimulate bottom of the foot. Opposite leg flexes, abducts, then extend. This reflex should be present during the newborn period. Babinski reflex on the sole of foot beginning at the heel, stalk upward along the lateral aspect of sole, then move finger across the ball of the foot. All toes hyperextend with the dorsiflexion of big toe record as a positive sign. Absence requires neurological evaluation and should disappear after 1 year of age. 19th one, pull to sit on, traction reflex. Pull the infant up, wrist from the supine position with the head midline. Head will lag until the infant is in the upright position. Then head will held in the same plane with the chest and shoulder momentarily before falling forward. Response depend upon general tone and maturity of the condition of the infant. The 20th reflex is trunk incurvation or Gallant reflex. Place the infant prone on flat surface, run the finger down back about 4 to 5 cm lateral to the spine, first on the side, then down. The trunk is flexed, the pelvis is swung towards the stimulated side. The knowledge of neonatal response is important for understanding human development as a whole. Application for overall assessment of the baby, recognition of possible neurodevelopmental damage in prenatal and perinatal period, establishment of prognosis for future, predicting child's future potential. Thank you.